Hi, my name is Sam, and in this video we're going to take a look at how to show up in Google's AI overviews. We're going to cover what Google's AI overviews are, a couple of strategies for optimizing content for AI snippets and overviews, how to incorporate EAT principles for credibility and trust, and then a few tips for crafting keyword-rich content for AI-driven summaries. So first, what is Google's AI overviews or AIO? AI overviews, they summarize answers directly in search results. You have probably seen this, but if you Google something right at the top here, you might get an AI overview that's going to give you a summarized answer to whatever you're searching for. It will give you links to sources, and then if you click show more, it's going to show you more of that summary. This, when it shows up right now, it is showing up at the very top of search results. I'm just pointing out the ad right below it there. It will feature concise information. It'll feature links to authoritative sources and sometimes visuals, and then it's a combination of traditional search with AI-driven results. How Google's AI overview works. So it will take relevant and concise information from index content, so content that Google already knows about. It will prioritize structured and high quality content, and it's going to highlight sources with strong credibility and trust signals. Currently, it's you don't always get an AI overview. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It is impacting search with ChatGPT releasing their search abilities. Google is moving this way. Bing is moving this way. I think it's going to continue to move this way. There are issues. We've seen it with clients to where we're ranking in the top spot for certain search terms, but we've been losing traffic. And if you go and type those search terms in, where you're getting an AI overview, and so we're in the top spot. The client is referenced in the AI overview, but if it's answering a question, they're not clicking through to the site because they're getting the answer right there. Helpful from a user perspective, I think there are some questions as far as, well, if you're taking the content from this website and then just giving it to people on the Google front end, I don't know if that was going to lead to legal issues or changes down the road, but for right now, this is what's happening. And so this is another way for us to show up in Google search results. And so we want to be mindful of that and look at how we can position ourselves to do that. So now, strategies for optimizing content for AI overviews. We are going to look at 4 points here. Structuring your content for AI overviews, directly answering questions and schema markup, establishing credibility and trust, and then aligning content with user intent. So first, structuring your content for AI overviews. A lot of this is going to be just good old-fashioned SEO advice, but we want to use clear headings and organized sections. So H1s, H2s, H3s. It should make sense. We want to break down information into bullet points, numbered lists, things that are, and we'll get into structured data in a second, but if it's structured and easy for a computer to understand, it's going to better position us to show up in an AI overview. And then look to provide concise summaries at the start of each section. So you have the headings, and then at the start of each heading, give a brief summary of whatever that content is there. Number 2, direct answers and schema markup. So you want to include direct answers to common questions in your content. People, when they're interacting with AI engines, they are talking conversationally. And so if it's asking, how do I do this? You want to have a brief, concise answer right in the content there. You can obviously go on to expand upon that, but we want to make sure that we have that in the content. We want to use schema markup where relevant, so FAQs, how to, local business. That's going to help search engines to better understand your content, and that's going to better position you to potentially be featured not only in search results but also in AI overviews. And then you can, if you're using schema, you can test that schema using Google's Rich Results Test tool. Number 3, you want to establish credibility and trust. This is another good general SEO point, but it factors into AI overviews. So how do you establish credibility and trust? You want to show experience, so showcasing your expertise. That can be through content that you're creating. If you have blog posts, have author bios there. Use case studies on your site, have testimonies on your site, getting good reviews. Those are all things that can show good experience. Your site having authority, so building backlinks from high authority domains, from industry relevant domains, from locationally relevant domains if you're a local business. That's going to be helpful. And then trustworthiness, some good, one example of this, and there's more, but like make sure your site's secure, have HTTPS, have an SSL cert there. It should be mobile friendly. It should, the site is functioning well. If you're having if you're showcasing experience, if you're showcasing authority, all that plays into Google's EAT, which is experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. I like to think of it as it's good brand building. Like, we want to be trusted, we want to be credible, we want to show authority. And so if we're doing those things from a digital standpoint, that's going to help us not only from SEO, but also in AI overviews. And the fourth point here, aligning content with user intent. So this is, again, going to should make logical sense. It's going to follow a lot of traditional SEO advice as well. But we want to look at what we're trying to rank for and make sure that the content that we have matches that. And so some of that's going to be doing good keyword research. Google Keyword Planner is a free tool for that. There's Ahrefs, SEMrush, there's lots of other tools to help with that. Focusing on longer tail keywords and natural phrasing. Again, people are typically going to be searching more as they would talk. And this also is going to apply to voice search and voice SEO. But with AI overview, instead of asking, if I'm looking for an Italian restaurant and I go to Google, I might just type in Italian restaurant near me. If I'm searching in ChatGPT or interacting with an AI agent, I might, I'm usually going to talk more conversationally. And so, hey, what's the best restaurant for Italian food, or what's a good Italian restaurant near me? So just how the content on your site is written, have it be more conversational. That's going to help with both voice and AI related SEO work. And then optimizing meta tags with keywords for better relevance. This obviously should be done in any SEO by having good meta title, meta description, alt tags and images, and doing that the right way, including keywords where appropriate in that. That's all going to be helpful. And then actually look at the search results. So go, Google or search whatever you're trying to rank for, and then look at what Google is showing. If Google is showing a bunch of product listings and you're trying to hit it with a blog post, you're just not aligning with what Google is putting out there, and so you need to be mindful of that. Final 3 quick tips on boosting your AI visibility. Refresh your content regularly, to stay relevant. And so this is, again, good SEO practice in general, but if your blog post is 4 years old, it's probably not going to be featured in any AI overviews. So you want to have recent content. We go through all of our blog posts and update them regularly to make sure that we're staying up to date and relevant. Test queries in Google to analyze what's getting an AI overview, and then looking at what are they answering, what sites are being referenced, and how does your content align with that and compare to that, and then make adjustments based off of what you're finding. That's probably the number one thing you should be doing. And then optimizing internal linking to guide users and search engines. So have good content clusters, have like a core pillar foundational page, have supporting blog posts that are linking back to that. That's another good traditional SEO practice, but it's going to be helpful here as well. Recap of our key strategies: structure content for clarity and direct answers, use schema markup to enhance AI understanding, incorporate EAT principles, so expertise, experience, authority, and trustworthiness, to build credibility and trust, good brand building, and then craft keyword-rich content aligned with user intent. All of these things are going to be helpful for traditional SEO, but also for showing up in Google AI overviews. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful and at least get you headed in the right direction. Stay tuned in more of our AI SEO series, and then you can find the whole series at sambretzman.com. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.